Welcome to Character Development. My name's Morgan.
My name's Sydney, and today we have with us Natasha, who is breaking into the fitness industry, and we are going to get all into that. But as usual, first, we're going to do like a little kiki catch up. Morgan, what's new?
What's new? I can't say so much is new for me. Things are steady, which is good. Though maybe y'all can give me some insight into this because I'm confused. Why is everybody in rap beefing it right now? Why is everyone what's going I'm like, every time I turn around, somebody's got a diss track. Everybody's mad at Drake. What did Drake do? I'm like, maybe I'm too old and like it's now above me, but
Drake is the villain. He's the villain.
But what did he do?
No. Okay. All right. Well, I will give my opinion. Drake, I think everyone is mad at Drake because he has a lot of control within the industry.
Right.
I think he says a lot of like things and is not held accountable for them. And from what I've heard, he screws over a lot of people that like he signed or whatever, like financially. That's what I've heard. And this is all through diss tracks. So, that's my only receipts. But that's my take on the Drake thing. I don't know if you've seen Natasha, you seem like you're on the other side of things.
I love Drake, so I can't be mad at him. Like he's doing his thing. So yeah, no.
I love Drake when he's not bullying the girls. Sometimes he like goes in weirdly on the girls where I'm like, this is not your business. Like, step out. This is the girls' room. Yeah, like so in that instance, like not really, but I don't know, like didn't he just have that song First Person Shooter with J. Cole and he was talking like highly about Kendrick Lamar and then Kendrick Lamar comes out and talks like is dissing him. I'm like, where did that come from? Are y'all just bored and like you need to start shooting shots now or like?
Well, I think Kendrick is a Gemini to start.
That's right.
We're bringing science in.
Yes.
So people always bring the woo-woo to them.
At least one time per episode. It is a requirement, but
no, I'm still into it, so let's do it.
Yeah. So, I think when Kendrick wants to be mad, he wants to be mad regardless of like if someone's saying nice things about him or not. Like if he's mad about something, it doesn't matter that you're praising him on a song. That's the vibe I get. From the Geminis that I know, that's also what it is. Yeah, I'm like very confused about this Chris Brown like
I was just about to say it gets weirder because why is Quavo?
Did you see what he said?
Yes.
About like
something about them wanting him to be dead instead or something like that, and I was like, that's crazy.
And he slept with Sweetie.
Like he slept with Sweetie when he was with yeah, I'm like, Sweetie, we have some talking to do.
We did somewhere, punch in the air, like, why are you bringing me into this?
I love her, so do what you gotta do, girl.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You know what? I love Sweetie. I think she is great. I don't think she's a good rapper. I think she's great in every other avenue. But try it all. So
I just feel like when people hate on her, like, she's doing her
hate. You're being a hater. Just
like, she's cute and she's doing her thing and she's getting paid. Like, let her be.
She minds her business, and her music is for a certain population that really likes it. Like she has fans that really vibe with her, and I feel like that's all you need really is to find your fan base, and she did. So and then she claims the Bay Area, which is weird because her family's from Sacramento. But do you? As a Bay Area girl, it rubs me. So
okay.
But we'll let her have that moment. But yeah, okay, that's what's going on with me is not understanding what's going on with these celebrities because I love a pop culture moment, y'all. Oh, also in pop culture, I guess we could round it out again. Y'all, okay, Sydney, you're Bravo. Natasha, do you watch Bravo?
Not recently.
Okay. Well, all of the housewives from all these different franchises are getting let go, first of all. And so I saw like recently, you know how they do BravoCon, which is like this big expo convention? It's not happening next year. or this year, 2024. It's happening. They're skipping until 2025. And I'm like over here wondering, like Sid and I's mutual friend, Jalen, we're like way deep in throes of Bravo, but we're wondering, like, are they doing this because, first of all of the casts are like up in the air, one, and also there's like speculation that Andy might be leaving Bravo because there's like some allegations against him or whatever. But in my eyes, Andy is Bravo.
Andy is Bravo.
Yeah.
Andy
I
is
didn't know Bravo existed. I thought he made that network. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. So
real. Yeah, I don't know. I do think so. I'm not as tapped into like Housewives as like I'm tapped in via TikTok and like those summaries.
TikTok, sponsor this girl.
No, seriously though, like think about it.
Literally.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. I don't want to sound ageist, but it's gonna sound ageist, so sorry in advance. But I just don't know like how old are we going demographic wise for Housewives? Like a lot of these OG Housewives we've been watching since we were in high school.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
the kids are learning and stuff now.
Right. And like they've had the same storylines. Like I don't know if they're trying to do a refresh, which I wouldn't be mad at. Like I do love the OGs, but like at this point, we get it. Like
We're
tired.
And like your storyline's tired. The best thing that Bravo did recently was refresh New York. So they like did a whole new cast, and it's all like younger people who are doing it and like whatever. And I think they're gonna basically do that same kind of vibe to Atlanta because most of the people in it are not gonna be on Atlanta. They're bringing Portia back, which she's a fan favorite, but like then revamping that, and then I think same thing's gonna happen for Potomac because a bunch of them are not coming back. So like, yeah, I think like appealing to a younger demographic, or like keeping that demographic the same, which was when they started. What was it, like mid-30s?
Yeah,
was probably what they were aiming for, and like now that's our age group, right? Like we're about to get into that, and so I don't resonate with a 60-year-old woman in Orange County.
Exactly.
It's
how do you guys feel about Portia? Do you love her or hate her?
I love me some Portia. Love her.
I stan. She's one of my favorites. Portia, my dream lineup, if I had to make like a NBA draft lineup for Atlanta Housewives, it would be Portia, Nene, Phaedra, Sheree. See if I have to make like 7 of them total to make the cast good. Cynthia Bailey, and I'm gonna have to say Candy because with those women she's entertaining, but the new women she's not. So all of them together would have to be together. Like I don't separately, it's not giving, but together. First of all, Phaedra is chef's kiss. She cannot do any better. I agree.
She's my favorite.
She's so good.
Yeah.
She is okay. Did y'all watch Atlanta Housewives when she read Kenya to filth in that reunion?
Yes. How did you come up with that?
Literally said. Meanwhile, is trying to scrape up $15 for a Domino's pizza so you can have a job. And I was like, oh. She said, you don't know if your sperm donor is what did she say, an axe murderer or a child molester. But what you do know, I'm like, oh my God.
They like make that up. Like, why are you thinking like that?
See, she had been messing with her husband all season, and I don't have a husband, but I have had a man before, and I know that when you play those games, anything can come out. So like,
yeah,
Kenya is disrespectful.
Yeah,
she is.
Yeah.
But
that was.
I think she's my least favorite.
Oh, y'all don't like
she's my least favorite. Kenya for sure. She's actually mean. I don't like
a mean girl. Mean girls. Yeah.
It's good TV.
I don't anymore. She's actually miserable. Really? She's not. Okay. You know, like when you're like, right? Like, you know, when you're actually mean because like your life isn't going as planned, like the stuff with her ex-husband, and like she's mean, so she doesn't have any real friends, so that's reading on screen, and like the other women aren't buying into it anymore because like I feel like especially the younger demographic of people who watch Housewives like aren't into that bullying thing, and like it's not translating on camera. And like, what are you bullying? Like when she came to, did she come to Marlo's event like with her hair care brand and was like being shady and like doing, like that's not entertaining. Like you look desperate.
Yeah, mean is not cute. Like why are you being so mean? For what?
Mean is not cute.
Yeah.
Mean is cute, yeah.
I just love like seeing like who the paid actor as her man is gonna be each season. Like she's never had a real man. They're all actors.
She was married to what's his name? And they had that beautiful baby. What is her name?
I mean, yes, the baby's beautiful, but
so beautiful.
The marriage.
Yeah, he was mean.
Well, he was mean to. That was the thing. I had never had like a moment where I was like, I feel bad for Kenya in all of the seasons of Housewives, but that one season, I was like, oh, my heart goes out to her because he's actually mean, and you could see like she was really trying to like make it work at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's hard to watch another woman get like berated like that, especially when she's like literally begging for love.
Yeah,
that was so sad.
That's sad. Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Well, that was Morgan's reality minute. So
you were like, child. So, anyways,
I don't want to take up this whole kiki on what Morgan likes about reality TV. So, Sydney, what's going on in your
life? Honestly, not much. Like similar to you, just following the whole like rap beef. Like, I want to get to the bottom of things. Like, I want to understand. Other than that, I don't really think I have like too many updates. Yeah, just vibing, going to DC soon, actually. I'm going for Cinco de Mayo. So, yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
Catch me outside with a margarita in hand.
Because you might have a live episode of margaritas in hand.
Literally. I'm just going to go on live on the character development Instagram. Like, literally, Morgan's going to revoke my access. So, yeah.
Where are you located now, Sydney?
I'm in Rhode Island now, back home. For context, Natasha and I went to grad school in Boston, so she understands my pain of being back up here. So, yeah, so, you know. But hopefully moving down to DC later this year, actually. So, stay tuned for that. What's that that meme, wait till I get my money right? Like, I will be back in my favorite city, and yeah, but you know, just doing the whole late 20s thing where you're just saving up for a house and like trying to get your life together. But yeah, that's my update. That pretty much sums up like the rest of my year too. So
like, so don't ask Amber.
Yeah.
It consists of saving up for life.
Yeah, for life, not even for a house at this point, to live life. So, but Natasha, what's new with you?
Yeah, so I not recently, in September, I moved back to Atlanta. I was living in DC for 4 years, and I love DC. Like, I eventually want to go back. So yeah, the same thing with Sydney. Like, you know, you come home, save for a house, do all those adult things that you need to do. Yeah, I kind of realized like, okay, I need to stop playing. I need to, you know, save. But yeah, and I just came back from Jamaica from Carnival. It was a time, okay, a time. A time was had. Yeah, I went with a group of college friends. So I went to Spelman, and yeah, we went to Carnival, and we just went to like the different parties. Literally did not sleep. You know those like girls trips where it's either you're relaxing or you're just on go. It was an on go trip. Go. Party. It was just, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, no, I enjoyed myself. Yeah, and I got to show off my body. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the Instagram. Like the body was bodying.
The body was bodying. So yeah, And then I think I'm debating now if I want to sit down or live my life and go to Italy. So
Don't ask me because you
I'm
know
like, don't
I'm
ask us. We're the wrong ones to ask.
really asking God, like, do I need to save or should I say YOLO and just live my best life? But yeah, so that's what's kind of new right now.
But I would say Italy, but also responsibilities. So if it's a good financial decision, then Italy. If it's not, Italy's not going anywhere. So
Yeah. Hmm.
you know, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like it's the older we get, those are the kind of questions that we start asking. Like there was a time, early 20s, I would say like starting college all the way through like mid 20s, when you're like, the people are like, we're gonna plan a trip. You're just like, okay, I'm going. Like I don't know how the money's gonna get there, but it's gonna get there, and then I'm going. Like there was no thinking about budgeting or figuring out. It was just like I'm gonna be there, whether we're all sharing one bed or right.
No, 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 absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh.
Yeah.
oh
It'd
my
be like 6 girls, one room. You're like, what's happening here?
One bathroom. It's a bathroom that's the worst part. One bathroom. Sharing that bathroom? Mm-mm.
no,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Vacation at all costs. And then it wasn't even a vacation because you're like stressed out, you're on
Yes.
go, you can't get adequate rest because there's not enough sleeping space. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
man, to be young.
Yeah.
But there was something pure and fun about it. Like,
Yeah.
those of you look back and those are like the best trips, right? I mean,
Mhm.
they say it only gets better with time, but it's like, I don't know, that was fun. But my body's not built for that these days. I'll wake up, my knees would be gone. So,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah. Wait. So was that your first carnival?
It was. So, my family is Jamaican, but yeah, I've never did carnival. It's actually a Trinidadian, like they started from Trinidad. But yeah, I never went before, and it was just like a culture shock. If I'm being honest, I'm like, oh my god, I feel like at home, like my culture.
I love
No,
that.
it was really fun. It was still really
Cool.
fun.
For those of us that don't know how carnival works, like
Mhm.
I hear it's a lot of walking. Like you are on your feet the entire
You are
time.
on your feet at all times. So for me, the best part was like getting ready. Like that's the best part. You get on, put on your makeup, you put on your costume, you see everybody in their costume. Um, but then yeah, like make sure you feel good because there's a lot of walking. But fortunately, fortunately, I got to get on the float, so I didn't have to walk. So you have to, depending on what costume you buy, um, depends on if you get to like ride on the float or not. So
Okay.
yeah, so it wasn't really walking for me, but like some of my other friends didn't have that same story. So
Dang. Real.
yeah, yeah,
depending
yeah.
on the costume, you get the costume there, and like, is that how that works, or do you have to like plan well ahead of time?
You have to plan way ahead of time. So you order your costume, and then when we got to Jamaica, that's when we probably got it like 2 days before like actual carnival, and
Mhm.
literally what you get is what you get. Like you not, they can't change the sizes. Like you got to figure it out. But yeah. So and it is pretty expensive. Though, I will say that. Like when I first started, like when I thought about carnival, I thought you could just pick whatever costume, but no, like they give you the set of costumes and you have to pick, and that's that.
Wow.
But it's an experience, though. I say, like, just do it one time and you're good. Like, you're good for life. I'm all about experiences. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And keeping it real, how much does the costume
Um. So it'll range from like 500 to 1,000.
Ooh.
5,000 or 1,000?
No, 1,000. Five
Oh, I
hundred
said,
to 1,000.
holy.
Sorry. 500 to 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for one outfit, and you wear it once.
You wear it once. Girl, you know, I had to make sure I brought that back. I said,
And it's essentially like a swimsuit.
Yes. It's just no, but the cute thing is the wings or whatever, like the big. That's like the pretty thing about it. It looks really nice, but it's hard to like bring that back on the plane, or you just don't care enough to like struggle with that on the plane. So I left mines, but yeah. Once again, experience. I'm all about experiences.
Yeah. Oh, love. Okay, we'll have to get a picture and post it.
Yeah.
See.
Okay, so the prep. Part of the prep is like obviously the body. Because like your body was bodying. And that like okay, so you've always looked fantastic. But like you looked like toned, defined, all of that. So where'd that come from? Like what's
Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I have now been like super focused into fitness. Um, I think that, like I said, I was in DC for about 4 years, and in those 4 years, I will say I was kind of depressed, and that depression really came from like just not having that social support that I really needed. Because all my friends, I actually I had friends in DC, but I don't know, just that family support, and then um, other friends in. If I could put my Atlanta friends in DC, I would be fine. But yeah, it was a lot of depression going on. I got out of a long time relationship. A relationship that started in high school, that went to college, that went to um, my adult years of like working, and that finally like ended. And so, um, when you get out of a relationship, you don't realize how like I didn't know myself, and it was when you get out of it, you're like, wow, like I didn't know myself.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think that's what caused like a lot of my depression. Um, and I was going to a therapist, and she was like, "Yeah, you're severely depressed." And so I was like, "Okay, I need to make like a change." And so I decided to move back home to be like closer to family and friends. Um, and that's when I like made the like decision. Okay, like I always was into fitness. I always like found like little things like I would do like boxing, I would do like run clubs, things like that. So my interest was always there. Um, but being in DC is so expensive, so you don't really get to put as much as like investment as you want into it, just because it was just so expensive over there. Anyway, um, I came to Atlanta and I decided to like do what I love, and I started, me and my best friend, we decided to get into our fitness journey. Um, and we started looking around, and we basically like, looked around at different gyms, and we found like the right gym for us. And since then it's been like uphill. Yeah, so
Wow.
that's where it started off. Long story short, that's where it started off.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like those big life transitions are really
Mhm.
like, and to your point, like you being in a relationship since high school, like you're growing with one person and then all of a sudden you have to grow as an individual.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, like what do I like? I've been thinking about like what do we like for so long? Like how am
Exactly.
I trying to spend my free time? And like, oh, I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it was more like me like tapping into myself, like what like you need to get on your Zoom. Like what do you like
Yeah.
what do you like, Tosh? And so yeah, I think everything happens for a reason, and I don't know. I feel like I'm I'm finally coming into like alignment, and it's like a really like beautiful thing to see.
That's amazing.
Hmm.
When it comes to fitness, people always talk about like you see fitness influencers online, and it can be toxic in a lot of ways, but it also can be like, you see all these like fads, like, girl, all you need to do is XYZ and you'll be snatched by X date. Like, we all know that that's like not
be for real.
right. Like, be fucking for real, because this is not like all you need is a pair of dumbbells and you'll be fine. Like, okay. But what keeps you consistent? I won't say motivated, because motivation's not always in there, right? But like, what keeps you consistent with your fitness journey?
I think what has helped me a lot is, one, I enjoy it just by itself, but I know a lot of people can't say the same, right? But I think having like an accountability partner. So one, I told you I had like my best friend doing it with me, but two, like having a personal trainer is like key. Like, they're just on your ass. Like, you can't, and you're paying money. So like, I'm not about to waste my money.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I would recommend anyone who's like trying to get into like that fitness, like the fitness journey, like definitely get a trainer, because they're just like, they're motivating you too. You don't have to think. You don't have to think so hard. Like, they do the hard lifting, and you're just there, you know. And yeah, I think just the accountability piece.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
When you were starting to get into this,
Mm-hmm.
were your goals different than what they are now? Like, have they evolved?
That's a good question. So in the beginning, it was just strictly for like mental health reasons. Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to feel better. I wanted to like, yeah, I just knew like my mind was not in the like correct space, and I needed to like change that. But now, you know, less depressed, not depressed, having a ball, right? So now, yeah, I'm more into like, this is what I love to do. Like, now I care about how like I'm changing my body, how my body is looking. And yeah, like now I love it so much. Like, I want to like embody it. I want to do a lot with it. So I think that's the difference. Mm-hmm.
Period.
What are your plans? They can change too over time, like aside from your goals. But what are your fitness plans? Like, you're embarking on the fitness influencing journey and maybe helping other people through your fitness journey. What are your plans for the foreseeable future?
Right. Right now, I wouldn't call myself like a trainer or anything, because I'm still like going through my journey. Um, but I think eventually I want to like go off on my own, right? And eventually get like certified and like train others, and like, I think it's just so important. Like, fitness helps in like all aspects. Like, if you're mad, if you're sad, if you're like bored, like, I think there's so many great avenues, like so many different things you can do with fitness. So yeah. Sorry, what was your question?
Just what are your plans? Like, do you have like you said, getting certified, that's definitely like a great place to start, right? Like, you're learning while doing, having a trainer on your own, and then, figuring out what kind of fitness is the best thing for you, what kind of training schedule, or what kind of, I look at fitness as a healing modality.
Yeah.
It is that mentally, it obviously is physically, emotionally. I mean, like you said, if you're sad, even like, if you get a workout in, I can turn your whole thing around. I mean, chemically, endorphins are doing that, right? But like, also just when they say, what is it? If you look good, you feel good. Like, that sounds kind of like cheesy, but that's so real.
It's
like,
so true. It's
you
so
catch a
true.
glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, she's cute.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like, don't. Sydney loves a mirror pig, so
She does.
No lies were told. So,
and we love it because, like, that's it's motivational for yourself to like.
Yeah.
I remember when I started my fitness journey back in the day, it was like, first you start to realize it, and then but you don't like it doesn't hit you until other people realize it.
Yeah.
And like when other people realize like, oh shit, like look at Tosh, she's like, okay, or like, Sydney, you look like your booty got bigger, like, you know, whatever the then when someone else says it, that's like motivation in itself, right? Where you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna grind harder, I'm gonna go harder, I'm gonna do whatever. So yeah, what are your plans if the world was limitless, which it is? What's the goal?
Okay, so I think like you to the point you said, like it wasn't until like other people took notice. Like once again, I was just doing it to feel better, right? And it wasn't until other people took notice. It was like, okay, like I think I'm actually like helping people. Like I would get so many DMs about like, dang Tosh, like let me get my ass up and let me like go to the gym. Like you're like motivating me to like do better. And actually I see it like within like my friend group. I'm like, yes, like get up, like go. So I think just motivating other people, like it is cheesy. It sounds so cheesy, but like being able to like help others and motivate others to do like something that is only going to make them feel better. Like you said, you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you perform better. Like there's nothing good. There's only good that can come from it. So I just want to like help others like on a bigger platform. To answer your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I definitely was like, I was just scrolling through Instagram, and I was like, okay, like yeah. When I saw you do the pull up, I was like, okay, she's like in this, like, because fake gym girlies,
yeah,
fake gym girlies cannot do a pull up, like no,
yeah,
like that's real. That's over time you've been working on that.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right.
Yeah. And yeah, I still have to do better. Like those are assisted. I still need to like be able to do it without like assistance, you know. But yeah, the goal is just to get better over time. Just get better over time because I love what I'm doing. So
yeah, and it sounds like you're doing it for the right reasons too. Like the ones that keep you in the gym long term. Like for myself, I'll be honest. I want BBL allegations this summer. So like I do. I'm not, you know, like I'm not gonna lie about it. That's what I want. But
allegations is good. Like you want your booty to be earned in a way that's so good that it's like, okay, this must be fake. Okay, that we can take. We can take that.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, and like, you know, like baby BBL or like skinny BBL, not like big BBL.
Like that thing.
Yeah. No. I don't have enough surface level on me for that. But like, you know, just a little, like, I want someone to be like, is it real? Is it not? The thighs do match, but you know, maybe not.
It looks so good. She has to have a BBL. Like it looks so good.
Yeah, you get it. So like, yeah. But like with that, I even probably need to change my mindset to some degree. Because I will only do legs. Like I don't do upper body. I know. I don't care about any other part of my body.
Lord. Like, come on now.
Real. Okay. Well, with that, from when you started versus like now, are there things like that you've learned over time?
What do you mean things
like even like working out? So like, you know, when people just start working out, similar to me, they'll be like, I just want to work on this one part and like who cares about the rest? Or like, I'm just gonna do the same workouts over and over. I'm only gonna work the same muscles. Are there like certain things that you've learned over time and like having a trainer and staying consistent that you didn't know when you first started your journey?
Right. Yeah, of course. So I too was like nervous about like upper body because you know girls want to stay feminine, like you want to like you don't want to look too manly. So I was always telling my trainer like, listen, like, we can skip upper body, like please. Please, I'm not trying to look like a man. And he would just tell me like, Tosh, like you cannot look like a man. Like there's no way. I'm like, I see some things like you're just lying. you just be lying. I'm like, that's a whole lie. Like, please. But then, it really is like supplements. Like, the different supplements you take, the more it enhances you, right? So, like, when you do see like those girls that are like a little more built, it probably is because they're taking supplements to enhance. And so, I did learn to like, yeah, it's okay to like do upper body. It's cool to do like both, and yeah, it just makes you finer. If I'm being honest, like, now I love upper body. Like your
Really?
back, like everybody wants to unbig their back, unbig your back, unbig your back. And so now I'm just like, yeah, let's unbig this back, okay? Like,
No
so
big
yeah,
back.
upper body is one of my favorite things to do now.
Really?
So yeah, like I would, I think like supplements, knowing like the different supplements to take and like how that affects your body and things like that. Yeah.
Might work back tomorrow, maybe.
Back is the best. Like, okay, so you know what it's like. We're like sundress season. Like the booties are bootying, right?
Right?
There is nothing, and I've heard this from multiple of my male friends. Like there is nothing like finer than like a woman's back that's just like beautiful. Like in the back, like you have a strapless thing on, or you have a bathing suit, and your back is just like cut. It's like,
Cut.
okay, girl, like she's
Good.
giving.
Real?
Yeah,
Real?
Yeah, like
because
okay, your
it's
booty
rare
is booty.
too.
It's
It's
rare. It's hard. Because what is that's like? You got your shoulders, you got your delts. So your delts, your shoulders, your traps. You've got your lats, which are the big muscles down the back. That's a lot of work to put in. That's a lot of work.
yeah.
So you gotta really work. It's just like working your booty, Sydney. You gotta work it all. Get that whole posterior chain going, so that when they're behind you, it's like, damn, look at Sydney.
Real? Okay. Well, yeah. For
Yeah.
shallow
Also,
reasons, you have sold me.
get your protein in, guys. Like, get your protein. It's all about protein and eating good. Like, the majority of the time, it's just like about eating well. Like, I know it's harder. Like, I think the hardest thing is eating. Like, you can go to the gym and you can do all these exercises, but if you do them and you don't eat well, like, you're just wasting your time. So that's also
Yeah.
something I like learned as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Morgan and I have joked about like trying to eat enough protein and like literally feeling sick, like
Yeah.
just trying to get as much as you actually need to
Yeah.
maintain.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it has
hard.
been a journey. I mean, I've said on the podcast before, like I'm like a stickler about my protein goal. Like I have to hit the amount of protein that I need a day, which is for me about 140 grams. So
Okay.
like I need to get it in, and I'm someone that's like I will eat something in at 11 p.m. if I need to get some fucking protein. But
Yeah.
I'm getting it in before the end of the day, and I don't
Mhm.
care if I'm over here like can barely breathe. Like I need to get it in because otherwise, like all this working out I'm doing is for nothing. Like I'm just gonna end up staying skinny. Like
Yeah.
I don't. And like I love, whatever. Like either way, the workout was great. Like you said, mentally, right? I'm getting the mental aspect of it, and all that's fine and dandy. But like we love results.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I want to see it all.
for real. I'm here for the results.
Like be fucking for real part two. Like I'm here for results.
Yeah.
So
Really?
100%.
Okay.
Okay, Natasha. So what do you think would be your advice for someone who wants to start on a fitness journey or wants to change their life in a healthier way?
What would be my advice? Okay. I think one, you have to be consistent. It has to be like a mindset. You have to, you have to want it. If you don't want it, it's not going to work out. You're going to do it for a day or a week, a month maybe, and then you're going to be like, I'm over it. So you got to have like that mindset of like, why do I want to do this? Like, how can I be consistent doing it? What will make me want to continue? And just doing it, right? Like, you just have to stay consistent. You have to stay consistent. So just finding your why and like the fitness, like finding your why, like why you want to do this. Um, yeah, and having it be meaningful, right? Like, you can't just be like, well, I guess you can say like, I just want a banging body, but I don't think I don't think that's gonna sustain. Like, you're gonna be like, okay, whatever. So just like having like a meaningful purpose of like why you want to like continue.
That's real.
It's just
Yeah.
That's real. So like on those days when you lack motivation, you're remembering like, okay, I'm doing this for a reason, right? Like we've all had those days, especially as women. Like Sydney and I joke around, but we're serious. Like as women, we have one good week where our bodies aren't doing anything crazy, and the rest of the month we're in some kind of cycle. Like something's happening where you're like hella bloated, or you're on your period, or you're recovering from your period, but you're ovulating. Like there's always something going on where your hormones are out of whack, right? And you're like not in the mood. But if you have your why, you are, you're always working for that why. So yeah, definitely.
And if you don't have a why, right? Like maybe you just don't have a why. Just having another person to like be on you. So like I said, either the trainer or an accountability partner that will really like get you going. Right? So, yeah.
Okay. Well, the question that we like to ask, I feel like you touched on it a little bit, but we just want to make sure. What, like, if you haven't already shared it, what would you say was your character development moment as far as like really committing to this fitness journey?
Yeah, I did touch on it, but I think there was a point in time where I realized that I didn't really know myself as much as I thought I did. And I just needed to pour more into myself. Like, there needed to be a lot more self-love. And yeah, that was just through like life, and like when life, you learn some like tough things about yourself. And so, just going through those trials and tribulations, really like putting like that self love, like giving myself self love, and once again, it sounds so corny. Like I hate corny stuff like that. It sounds so corny, but yeah, just like pouring into yourself, and there's so many different ways you can pour into yourself, but that's the way I wanted to, and yeah, I think that was like my oh, I love this, like I want to like continue this, like it felt good to like feel that self love that I wasn't giving myself before. So yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. I love that. We have these defining moments in our lives that become pivotal in our growth. And sometimes they're sad moments, right? Like a breakup or a traumatic event in some way. But something beautiful is born from that. And like in your case, like the universe knew that that relationship wasn't for you long term, but there was something greater in store. And the lesson in that was like the self love that came from it, and like the growth as a person. Like I bet you're just so mentally, physically, everything just happy as a human. And that like is the most important thing, right? Like what makes Natasha happy. And like you'll be able to pour that energy into whatever or whoever is coming next for you, that will be even more beautiful of a situation, because you feel like a whole person. And I know, like, I mean, shit, from when I was in high school, I'm a totally different person than, like you grow through so many stages from high school to college to even after that, and to like, and doing that in a relationship, that speaks to like, I feel like a lot of character things for you too. I mean, like, I don't know you that well, but if I from this conversation, but like just if I can infer things that I would draw from someone who was able to have like the fortitude to have a commitment like that. Like there's strength in that. There's integrity. Like there's commitment and follow through. Like those are all things that are really big personality traits that contribute to people who are successful in things like fitness journeys or fitness industry, because you have to have all of those different kinds of personality traits to be able to motivate not only yourself but other people, and to like stay on that track. And people want to see people who they look up to in fitness as people that are like actually aspirational, not just like, hey girl, grab your dumbbells, if you do this 20 times a day you're going to be snatched. Like, you know, like you actually have something that people can relate to, and like it makes you, you know, like it makes people draw to you. And like we can't wait to share you with our platforms and our people, and like have them see like the beauty that you're bringing to this. Because I mean, the shit is hard. Working out is hard. Everyone shows the fun part, the booty pics and all of that, but like there's a lot of sweat, blood, sweat, and tears that go into it too. Yeah.
I also want to say, I mean, yes, the breakup, but I wouldn't just like put it on that, right? Like, the breakup was like like contribute to my depression, but there were just so many other things too. Just like I said, like just being in DC by yourself, like just learning yourself again. That wouldn't like contribute all to the breakup, but yes, did it play a role? Yes. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like those are really kind words, and thank you.
Yes, of course. Well, to lighten it up a bit, we have a character development playlist. We like to ask all the guests on the pod what 3 songs they would attribute to their personal growth soundtrack. It can be a song from their childhood, things that make you happy, and it can be something that you've got on repeat right now. But 3 songs, could be anything. What would your 3 be?
Okay, so the first one would, I don't know if we canceled him, but he's all right. Kanye West. Kanye West Champion, because you know I'm that girl, okay? You know, the other one would be Get It Sexy. Get It Sexy.
We got the sexy red is starting to. We got her more and more on the pod. For real.
Get It Sexy, like yeah. If I could listen to that every time I work out, yeah, it just gets me going. Okay, and this one I'm just playing. I'm playing around, but it's that one song with Lotto, and it's like, we're back outside.
Yeah. I love that song.
What song is it?
I think it's called Back Outside. I think
basically you're back outside.
I love that song. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. I think it's literally called that.
Okay, so the theme of Natasha's playlist is she's the champion, hype her up because she's sexy and she's back outside.
Yeah.
That's
so bad. Air horns. Like
I'm gonna be the woo-woo one for a second. What's your sign?
What's my sign?
Yes.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, me too. Okay.
Wait, are you a July Leo or are you August
July.
Leo?
I'm a July.
It makes sense. I'm a July Leo.
Wait, what's your birthday?
July 27th.
I'm July 25th.
Okay, yeah. You know, the August, they be doing too much.
Yeah, they're a lot. But you know what? I love them. Let them.
Not as like now we hating on the other Leos.
So like it's love them, but it's just different. It's different.
Yeah.
We got a lot of fire energy on the pod right now.
Okay. Oh yeah. What are you, Sydney?
I'm a Sag.
Yours. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You definitely give
November though.
You definitely give Sag for sure. Mm-hmm.
She's like, thanks.
I feel like I didn't give Sag in grad school too much. Like you really met me at like a very interesting time in my life. Like yes, like you met me in the throes of my depression and like It was not giving Sag. It was not. There was nothing happy-go-lucky about it. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
you know. Well, now that we have our movement, go ahead.
No, I always thought you were fiery though. Always, like even in grad school, I was like, damn, she's super fiery. She's fiery. Yeah, you always gave that. So you always gave that.
Okay, cool. If one thing I am, it's consistent. So
It's true. You are consistent, and we love you for it.
Thank you. Appreciate
you. At least with consistent, you know what you're getting. It's the ones who are all over the place that are stressful. So,
yeah,
I'll take it. We love it.
I'm
we
consistently all over the place.
Okay.
So I would argue differently only because your other placements are so grounded that you're not. You're really like you're very much so doing what you want to be doing when you want to be doing it, but like in a fun way.
Yeah.
Like it's not like annoying like Capricorn and Virgos. It's like fun like a Sag, but you're grounded. So
I try. Like my internal dialogue can be a little annoying because that's all like Earth, that's all Capricorn and Virgo. But like the Sag is the saving grace. Like she's like, all right, it's not that serious. I need you to relax. Like, it's okay. All right.
She's got the team on her back. You love her.
Well, Natasha, thank you for coming on the pod. And if you decide to go to Italy, please keep us updated.
It's more of a yes, because back outside,
This is the champion. Get it sexy. You got this.
Yes, I will definitely let you know.
Cool. Yeah. So we had so much fun talking to you. Thank you for kikiing with us and giving us a glimpse into your journey of personal growth and character development. Y'all, we will share all of Natasha's things so y'all can see her grow and thrive and do all of her amazing fitness stuff. And maybe be inspired by her too, just like we are. So this has been another episode of Character Development, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.